YouTube? ¿Qué pasa? Welcome back to my channel, and yeah, today something very different. I'm gonna have look at the new Devil May Cry mobile gacha game, which is basically dropping, I hope, very soon, right? Now, this is currently the selected beta phase, which basically allows us to get a glimpse of what the game can do and actually start my account earlier than everyone else does, because the beta account is an account which I can continue from now on. So that's a good thing. Now, the game is called Devil May Cry Pinnacle of Combat, and it's been already released in some places of the world, but not globally. Now, the global release is imminent, and yeah, here we are looking at the game. Now, let's get started into this game. Now, I've always been a huge fan of the Devil May Cry franchise, right? I have literally played all of their games up until now, and it's finally it's crazy that they now given us a mobile version of this genre. I mean, I remember way back, like way back. Yo, the animations look crisp though. I'm not gonna lie, like it is looking nice for a mobile game. This is looking very sick. Like, yo, the animations. Again, as I was saying, I remember back in the days when smartphones weren't really a thing, when the whole smartphone thing just came out. I remember I used to play a certain Devil May Cry, used to be available on phones, but yeah, that was pretty old, and compared to this, obviously, yeah, we're talking about 2000 and 2010, right? You can imagine how it was back then. So yeah, but wait a minute. Let me quickly. Right, let's continue. I just had to close the window. Right. So what was I? Yeah, basically back then that was the only game I recall, and that was pretty good. That was pretty addictive back then. Even, I mean, for the standards we had back then, it was alright. I don't even recall the name, bro. I can't even remember. But ever since, obviously, gacha games have been on the rise, let's just say it like that, yeah? And having a new Devil May Cry gacha game is kind of crazy. I mean, considering most Devil May Cry games have been console and stuff, so there is nothing really out there in terms of Devil May Cry gacha and Devil May Cry playing on phones and stuff. So yeah, that's basically a new territory right there. Hold up. Right, now we can continue. Right, so that's basically a first. And yeah, looking at the gameplay, like this was me just playing the game for the first time, and it was sick. Like, I'm actually genuinely surprised that they've managed to actually pull it off. I mean, the controls and using the buttons on the side, I first had to get used to this. I mean, it's not the first time I'm playing this sort of hack and slash kind of game. So I'm already used to it, obviously, from BBS and from One Piece Fighting Path, and there is a few other games similar to this, right? But in terms of Devil May Cry, since I never had something on mobile from this genre, I wouldn't really know where to orientate myself. But this, they actually pulled it off. So you have basically, at first, when you start the tutorial, you only have the dash forward movement and the jump high. When you press jump double, you can do a double jump, and on this instance, you can do like a jump evasion sort of move where he does like a counter attack, which basically hits very hard. Right, so that's basically at first the setup you can do, and as you progress through the tutorial, you're gonna unlock further things. Right now, I've unlocked like a forward dash attack, which basically does a bit more damage, and which has also recharge to it. Now, I don't know yet how and to what extent you can level up your characters, build your skills and everything. Obviously, as we progress in this gameplay, we're gonna see some tutorial aspects of how to build a character and stuff like that, right? So that's how I'm gonna show you guys everything. Like a first kind of impression to this game. But yeah, this game actually started way back in terms of development, right? The game actually started back in 2017. Like, it's actually insane. The developers actually gained the official license from Capcom in 2017. Basically, they got green light to start making the game and stuff. And since then, it's been only open to the Chinese market, let's just say like that, right? It's sadly not has been released on a global scale. Now the global version is actually imminent. The first beta started in 2018, and yeah, since then it was basically a lot of betas, right? They actually put a lot of effort into the game and how the game looks. I mean, look at this, bro! Look at this. This looks sick. Again, it has even won a game award, which is insane actually, considering I've never heard of it until recently. Like literally half a year ago, I never heard of this game or seen any news regarding it, right? So yeah, that's actually very crazy. And during the time they've developed this game, they've actually had quite a lot of betas and a lot of testing phases, how to improve the game and further. So yeah, there is a global release has been confirmed as of last year, right? So very recently, actually in November, they actually first off released the info that yes, it's going to get a global release, and the official global release was actually confirmed on January 6th, 2023. However, yeah, it got postponed again, and the global beta English test version was on February this year, and that's when they started inviting more people to start testing the global version again. So yeah, we are now in the final global test version, right? So this is actually very nice that we're actually into this. Now, as you can see, we got some more skills. So as before, Dante basically picks up a transformation skill, which you can use then afterwards. After a certain time, obviously you have a certain refresh rate. You have like combos which you can use as well. So if you stick to those combos, you do even more damage. As you can see with her right now, she has a combo when you hit attack 3 times and then you dodge. She does like a dashing forward move. Oh, I didn't put it off here, but yeah, that's basically that. So pretty cool, and she's got a finisher as well, where she does like a huge explosion kind of. So pretty cool animations actually. But going forth, the game is basically going to release for mobile and PC and console actually. So as far as I have read, the official console version is about to drop as well, and it's going to be free to play if I'm not mistaken. So correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows more than me, but this is as far as I have seen, right? So it is actually purely a mobile game similar to BBS. However, the same way as BBS has been released for Steam and for PlayStation, for example, and is free to play. Probably the same way they're going to make this game. However, at first, it's going to be purely be able to play on mobile. So it's basically made to be a mobile gacha game, right? And yeah, there is certain aspects to the game. Like as you can see, mid-fight, you can switch characters. At the moment, I'm switching between her. Oh, I even forgot her name. Damn. Anyways, mid-fight you're able to switch between teammates, so you're basically able to build a squad of 3 maximum. I haven't figured out yet if there is a way to lock the camera, which is kind of sometimes annoying when you're fighting and the camera just goes in a weird angle. So I'm guessing that's one thing. If that's not adjustable later on, I would love to get fixed. However, the way it is now, it is already looking very crisp. You also have like a certain boost when you, for example, hit a certain combo with her, for instance, and switch at the right part with your teammate. For example, if I switch in the right part with Dante, he does like a switching in hard-hitting move, which is pretty cool. There he did it, right? There he did it. So I switched him in at the right moment, and he basically did like a hard-hitting move. And what I like about this game, it basically requires you to have some skill and some timing. So you can simply just hack and slash your way, right, and get done with it. or you can also play it smartly. For example, dodge at the right moment and blow and do a devastating counter attack. You have also the ability to basically time your character changes, so you can basically choose the timing to the perfect moment where your counterpart will actually do a specific switch-in move, which is pretty cool, right? So those are some things I really like about this game right now. So far for the purpose of this video, I've only played the testing. However, personally, I've played a bit further ahead. Obviously, gotta get myself some start into this. And let me tell you this, guys. Virgil is in the game. And yes, you can pull him as a character as well. You can pull, as far as I've seen, quite a few characters from the Devil May Cry universe. So actually pretty cool. Different variations of characters as well. So that's definitely one thing I like as well, since Virgil is actually one of my favorite characters, and I mean, who doesn't like Virgil? And as you can see here, it has some little mini games like this one, where you do like mid-story, mid-tutorial. You gotta avoid this huge kind of scorpion dude, and basically just press the button at the right time to basically avoid his attacks. And between that, you have like these movie scenes, and I didn't bother skip them for this video because I would like you guys to see how the game's actually built up, right, and how everything is looking. Now the game, there is sadly no automatic mode. In case anyone is wondering if you can play this game auto, no, there isn't. However, there is an aim assist support, right? So that's one thing you can later on change in the configurations. Now I didn't bother showing this here, but yeah, that's basically one thing you can do. Most characters, well, Dante at least has like two different styles of playing that you will find out later, and you will be able to play as Nero or Virgil later on as well. For example, Nero has like a devil trigger where he transforms, similar to what you've seen just now with Dante. In his devil form and stuff like that. There is weapons as well, which each character can equip, which you will find out. Which I would probably. I'm thinking about going deep into this game as in terms of content, but I do want to know how the resonance is for this game, right? So if you guys are letting me know that this game is vibing and you actually want to see more of this game, I'll definitely cover it because I'm going to play it personally anyways, right? So if you guys would like to see more of this content, then definitely let me know. I'm actually very hyped about making content for this game. Now, obviously, I'm BBS at the moment. I'm playing it hard. That's my main content. I'm waiting for the global release for Black Clover. So that's another game I'm desperately wanting to make content on. And then in the past, I've made content on Street Fighter Duel, which came very well. And on One Piece Fighting Path as well. So this could be potentially one of the games I'm seeing myself making content on. So again, I want to know the feedback from you guys. Do let me know if you would like to see some content on this. Regardless, the new Bleach Soul Resonance game is probably imminent, releasing in 2024. So that's another game I'll most likely be covering extremely, since it's Bleach, right? But until then, I guess this game makes a good breakup, right? So from the usual BBS videos, I'll probably switch in between those two. Now here we are at the point where you can basically set up your team. You have Arsena, you have Dante, and you're basically able to switch in a third character. In this case, we got Virgil, and we're able to switch him in. And yeah, you got to do at the beginning some standard upgrading of his skills and stuff like that, so he's a part with the other characters, right? But as for the game, basically that's how it is. The lady, is her name Lady? I don't know, bruv. I don't know. Anyways, that's how you basically build your team. You're able to hit 3 characters in a squad, in your lineup basically, and you can switch between them during fights. Now, I was hyped when I started playing with Virgil, since Virgil is badass. I'm hoping there is different styles to Virgil. Now in this one, he's got his devil gauntlets on, I think it's called, where he punches and kicks. And I would love to see, I would love to know if there is a different form or variation of Virgil where he fights actually with his katana. That would be very, very sick, right? With his Yamato. Now, as far as I've heard, there are different versions of him, so I'm not that far myself, so I should be, I'm currently saving up and probably going to make a few summoning videos as well. I'm going to make a thorough, again, if the feedback is there, I'm going to make a thorough beginner's guide and a thorough or a couple of guides on how to play this game most efficiently and stuff, right? I'm going to be covering it from all aspects as well. Right, so that's basically this done. Now I'm able to play with Virgil. I think at the end we are... Yeah, basically this one shows you there is a few achievements you can achieve as well. Obviously you have your typical stuff like sign-in rewards, your achievements and your event. Currently there is a few events going where if you play them you get certain materials. I didn't quite figure out what this glowing thing on the ground was, but yeah. Couldn't be bothered pressing anything to basically maybe receive it or something. Now this game, the thing about this game is it has something which allows you to adjust the difficulty, which I actually love. Right, so you have an easy difficulty, which is for new players mostly, and you have a hard difficult mode, which basically increases the enemy's awareness, the damage dealt to characters, and the red orbs rewards are boosted by 30%. So it's definitely one thing I'm looking forward to play in the hard mode as soon as I unlock it or as soon as I'm able to switch to it. That's one thing, and it has different game modes as well, right? So there is different game modes and different dungeons and realms which you can play. For example, you have like a realm called Virgil's Soul Realm, where you basically it's a limited event where there are 3 difficulties: easy, normal, and hard. And you from those difficulties, after you're basically able to clear it, you get certain you get orbs and diamonds, right? And silver. And these materials are either used for summoning new characters or leveling up your characters, or basically upgrading your skills and stuff. Now what I love about Virgil, he's got that move, bruv, that evasion move. Like when you press it, he does like a phantom picture of himself and he just dodges. I love it. Like I'm really hyped about how cool they done Virgil in this game. Now I'm a Dante fan actually as well, but Virgil just got the better of me. But there is a few playable characters. Again, as I said, the playable characters have different versions. You have Dante, Lady, Virgil, Nero, and V, and Sparta. Right? Sparta is, as far as I've seen, planned as well. These characters have different variations as well, right? So you have your base variation of a character you can play with, and then later on there will be more upgrades, more variations of different characters, and each character has skills where you can level them up and so forth. So that's definitely some cool aspects. I think there is also some boss enemies where you're able to play with them, but yeah, that's basically how your office basically looks. From here you have your commando central. From here you can do everything. There you just seen some of the game modes. That's basically the player ID, player info. There you have some parts in the menu. For example, achievements, right? Achievements are things where you do them, you basically get rewards for it, like these red orbs and stuff like that. And then you have like a gallery for collectibles and stuff like that. I haven't quite figured out yet what I can do with this or what I get from it and what benefit this would be of me. But yeah, as you can see, there are some different versions of the character listed as well. So that's probably a few characters that are going to be available. These are some vaults where you can play. But yeah, overall, very, very hyped for this game. So do let me know how you like in this video and if you would like to see more content from this. I'm definitely hyping for this game. So far, I'm very impressed with it. And yeah, looking forward to play a lot more of it, a lot more of it, privately at least. And again, if you guys let me know you want to see more of this, definitely be covering it. And yeah, that's it from me. As always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time.